was talking about how to say, for example, you maybe knowing work in other database. Am I audible? I'm just not getting response from your end.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So what I was telling, you can select any database and you can work with Python. Say, for example, I typed, say, PostgreSQL and Python. Okay. So complete tutorial will be available here. You see, this is how you can install the connector, and they will provide the syntaxes. So they will provide the complete code. Now, if you scroll down, you see, this is the code. See, connection. So particular code using Postgres. So don't worry about a database. Even if you go to some jobs, they may ask you to work on some database. Don't worry, because if you learn one database, then you can work in any database, because almost everything will be same. See, all code, all syntax and semantic, everything will be same. Okay, so that is what you have to remember. So now the thing is, yesterday what we did, we executed the only retrieval query in Python, correct? See, now even Python and MySQL. So I'm just typing. Complete tutorial is available. You just have to try this particular tutorial. Yes, you see, I'll just open that particular code. So I just open Jupyter Lab, and also I opened Workbench. So Workbench is not required actually. In server, they install only database. Now, yesterday we created one database called, we created one table called BillDB. So very simple database, okay, which is having one customer ID and bill. Okay, that's all. So now what we did last class, if you remember, we executed this particular, code. This code is basically used to retrieve the records from the MySQL database. Okay, so I'll just quickly summarize this one. So this is the connector. Okay, so that's the library, and you're creating one object. Okay, so one object you are creating. Through that object you are connecting. After connecting, you are executing some command using execute command. Then after that, whatever data present in that particular object, you are taking to some other variable, and that variable you are displaying. So that is what you are doing in this particular program. So this program is to retrieve the data from the database. Similarly, say for example, you want to now the if you see the database, it has a 3 record. Okay, you have a 3 record. Assume that you want to add one more record in for this particular database. Now what to do? So you just come here and you just go to insert query code. Now you see I don't do anything. I'll just copy this code. Okay, so I'll just copy only the insert part. So remain. I'll just keep as it is. Okay, so remaining part I'll keep as it is. Only insert part only I'll take. Now I'll just, instead of this select query, I'll just do insert operation. Now see here, now done. This is just to confirm that record is inserted. So now everything is fine. Now you see here, I've taken the code from the other website. Now you should be in a position to change this particular code. Okay, so any connection details are same. Host name is same. Username, password, everything is same. And database is also I taken from the previous program. Now you are pointing to that particular database, and now here you see, according to your schema, selection, insertion, or updation or deletion queries will change. So what exactly they are doing? Insert into customers. So here the customer means insert into table name should come. So in our case, it is build table, correct? I think build table is the table name. Okay, and then followed by the column names. Column names is CID. In our case, customer ID we are given, and we given one more variable is basically bill. Okay, so both are variable you can pass. The first variable I am passing as say 4. Since it is a primary key, it should not repeat. It should be unique in that particular column. So that's why I'm just giving 4. And bill amount, say I'll give something like rupees. Okay, 2000 rupees. Now you see here, I just modify that particular code as per my database. That's all. Now after that, you just have to run this particular code. Now let us run. Let us see whether I'm just running. Yeah, there is something. I'll just the connection server could not even repeat. Okay, I think I closed. Yeah, Jupyter lab in the backend got closed. So that is the reason. I just copied that code, other window. Now I think this should work now. You see, one record got inserted. One record got inserted into Workbench. Even you can open MySQL Workbench, and we can see that particular record being reflected. Now you can see, I'll just open that build table. Can you see here? Just now through program, I added this particular record. Customer ID is 4 and bill amount is 2000. That is reflecting in the MySQL database. Okay. So this is the code for insert operation. Okay, insert operation. So if your columns are more, then you just have to give all your columns names here. Okay, and if your no variable should follow here, all variables will come, and through Python, whatever you are passing, that should come in this particular place. Okay, in this particular place, you have to add all the variable for this particular table. So now when you execute this one, okay, so that command will be executed, and it will execute, but once you give commit then only database will be written. Okay, till this point, nothing will be modified in the database. Once you commit the this particular operation, then only the reflection will happen. Normally, if you see the select retrieval query, you don't have any commit because you are not modifying the database. But in case of the update, delete, or insert queries, you will be having commit, function. So that basically, you know, modifies the database. Fine. So this is insert operation. Similarly, let us go for the so modification here means update. So 4 operations are important in database. One is retrieval, that is select, and insert, update, and delete. So these are the 4 operations we always do in the database. Okay, so this is the update code. Now, again, I'm not going to change anything, only this part. Okay, update part only I'll take to my program. Okay, so same program. Okay, nothing will change. Okay, except this particular part. Only the query will change. Query means the command. Okay, so that command I'll change instead of this one. So this is the command. You no need to pass anything. You just have to execute that particular query. In case if you have any parameterized, so you can use this way also. So like how we so am I audible? You're following?
Sir, following.
Yeah. Just now I just demonstrated the insert, operation, and I'm demonstrating the update operation. So nothing changed. Only I added these 2 lines. So in this line, what changes? Inside that, the command only changes. So update customer. Here, customer is basically your table name. Okay. So in our case, it is a bill table. So update bill table, set, okay, set customer ID to percentages where, okay, address is equal to, not address, say bill amount is equal to so and so. In this particular case, what happens? Okay, so okay, so now I just have to set, okay, bill to this value where customer ID is so and so. So first parameter would be, okay, say I just give a fourth record is 2000 rupees. Now I just want to make that as 5000 rupees. Okay, so what is the record number? Record number is 4. Now you see what happens in this particular case, update bill table. Okay, set means make modification of the bill column, and percentages means first parameter of this particular val variable, that is 5000. Bill amount is equal to 5000 where CID is equal to 4. So that is how it you have to read this particular 2 lines. So when you execute this particular command, let us see. Okay, it is not insert. One record is updated. So when you run this particular command, now let us see. So in MySQL, you have to run the same command. Now, can you see the reflection in the database? In database, fourth record was 2000 rupees earlier. Now I just replaced that with 5000. Now, primarily what I did, I just modify that particular record. Okay, I just modified that particular record using update command. Okay, so this is how you can update that particular record. Okay, so update operation in MySQL. So program, you can see the same program. I am just copy pasting. I am just executing in different way. Now I'll just the last operation is important. Okay, it's basically delete operation. Okay, so now what you do, you just have to okay delete command here to execute from your Python. Okay, command you have to execute. So now here you can see uh, how to understand this particular command. Delete from table name. Okay, table name, that is build table, where okay say CID customer ID is equal to so and so. Okay, if you want to pass as a parameter, so always try to use this way, because there is something called SQL injection problem that can be overcome by this particular syntax. So we can give the same syntax. Okay, so delete from build table where CID is so and so. Okay, so what is our CID is basically say fourth record. So when you run this particular command, okay, so when you run this particular command, so this is nothing to do with this program. It's fine. Now when I run this particular program, see one record got deleted. Let us see. Let us go to the workbench and see. Now when I run the same command, now can you see here that fourth record is got deleted. Even if I want to delete the third record, you just replace this 4 with 3, then run that particular code. Again, one more record got deleted, and if you run the query, that third record is also gone now from here. Okay, so this is how you can do the delete op. Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Sir, up to what point you could able to follow? Gnanadhar, please.
Sir, till the deleting of that this one, sir. Third one will be deleted, no, sir.
Yeah. Third record, when I deleted third record, up to that particular point you followed, right?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so. I was asking if you have any clarification, you can ask. So if anybody have any questions on these four operations, you can ask. Nobody have any question? Okay. So now these are the four operations, okay, primarily. So now the thing is, here what you have to observe in all the programs, program is same, okay. So even your application may be different. Okay. Only the thing is, you just have to follow this four program. If you are using MySQL as a database, you just have to know these four programs. Then based on your application, the command inside this particular the query will change. Okay, command will change. That SQL query will change. Apart from that, everything will be same. So that is what you have to observe. So in every case, only the command changes and all the code remain same. Okay, so same code you have to use everywhere. Okay, if you are using Python, same code you just have to use. Okay, in any clarification you required? Yeah. Fine. Now, what these commands, even without using Python, directly you can come to the MySQL, it is called query. You can execute any queries in Workbench directly. So I don't want to use Python or anything. I'll just use, Workbench. So say, for example, select star from, say, builddb dot, okay, build table. So now when I run this particular command, can you see all the record are coming? So you can, you can see only specific rows. So just display customer IDs from the build table. So when you run, only customer IDs will display. And also you can display something like, select, I mean, that means retrieve all the records from the build table. Okay, so there is one command called where CID, customer ID, is greater than, okay, 1, something like that. This kind of, instructions also you can give. You see, so customer ID greater than 1, only one record is there. So you can retrieve. And also you can give some, multiple conditions also. Okay, so multiple conditions also you can give. So bill great, say 500. Okay, bill greater than 500 and CID. So no record satisfies this particular condition. So most probably 400. So if you execute this particular command, you can see there is one record. So in this way, the data mining will be done. Data extractions will be done from the database. Say, for example, Facebook, Google have huge data. Okay, so then they have to write a Python program. Say, for example, I want people, okay, in Kengeri, okay, and their age should be in between 20 to 25. Okay, so and they should be engineers. So if I want to get that particular data, the records, then what they will do, they will simply write this kind of statement. Okay, select star from that particular user table whose age is greater than 20 and age is less than 25. Okay, and place is equal to Kengeri. Like that, they will construct a query and they will execute that particular query. Then what happens? All the records will come and it will displayed in their front end. That is how that is how this query you have to build. Okay, so not only for this retrieval operation, even for the insert operations, you can create any complex queries and you can execute using any programming language. So this is the query. So now normally what the database engineer does, so they will come to this kind of workbench and they will test this kind of query. If this executing properly, then they will copy paste this particular query into their program and then they will tune and they will run that particular thing. So whatever application you prepare, whether you prepare web application, whether you prepare mobile application, and any application you prepare, this kind of database integration one has to do. So that's why you should learn all these things. So this query, I am not going in detail. but even a lot of different kind of queries we can construct. We can join two tables, okay, and also we can display ascending order, descending order using the query itself. Okay, not in application. From the database operation through database operation itself, we can make ascending and descending and all those things. So you can execute different kind of queries. You can construct different kind of queries. Okay, so that you just have to place in your Python program. That's all. Then everything will come to you. Okay, so and also you just have to remember this connector details will change. Okay, so whenever you purchase from any database from anybody, so the connection detail will change. So that's what you have to change. Say, for example, if you see, I think Python Anywhere. Okay, Python Anywhere is closely connected to Python. Okay, I think everybody created a login in this particular, okay. If you see this Python, if you go to main menu bases tab, okay, you just click on the databases tab. See here. So it will be, you just have to create empty. Now after creating that, you see the host name they will provide. So normally it may be IP address or the domain name. Okay. Here, this is the host name. Okay, so they will provide host name. You just have to copy and paste that particular host name to your program. Okay, so here host name you have to modify, and also they are providing username, and that username you just modify in your program, and also you have to give some password for that particular database, and that password also you just give it here, and also databases and tables. Okay, it will create by itself, or you can add your own database or table. So all those things will you have to put it here. Then what you can do, you can create database. You can you can do any operation on that particular database. All these things are possible. Now in my case, what is that? I'm just connecting to localhost. If I use this particular this credentials, this database details, then I can connect to the cloud. I can connect to the cloud database. That's all. There is no change in local database as well as any other database. Only these parameter will change. Yeah. Yeah. Any clarification? Any clarification required? You can ask. I'll tell you one situation. Okay, I think when I was working in HP, how crucial these database operations are. When I was working in HP, there was a problem issue came. That issue was from US Vodafone account, the credit card and the PIN details were extracted by some hackers. Okay, now can you imagine the situation? Okay, in the back end, somebody was extracting the credit card number and the PIN. Okay, that expiry date is there, na, that PIN, and also that backside on PIN extracting. Okay, so now that was the issue. So continuously that operation is happening, and Vodafone identified that particular issue within some minutes. And now can you think of the solution? So that issue came to our desk. And what we did, simply we written one simple code like this, and we deleted all credit card numbers, all the credit card records from the database. We deleted all the records from the database just to safeguard the customers. You understood, na? So one simple program does a lot of impact. So otherwise, that the business impact will be very high. So that way, this database operation is very crucial whenever you go to some job. Okay, so that's why you have to learn. even for your also for electrical domain or electrical domain or any other domain, this kind of database operation is very much essential. Okay. So that's all for today. So we just learned different operations. Okay. So in case if anybody working on, if you anybody required any assistance in creating database for your applications, something like that,